Welcome to the last episode of this amazing saga, Shaman, Part 5. Fresh, hard snow crashes under Bruce Wayne's shoes as he moves toward the door, unaware that the renegade Indian, Tom, Hoodley waits. He comes through this door. I put my knife in him. I put it in his throat and watch him die. And Alfred watches, helpless. Where is he? What's taking him so long? It was snow. There were no footprints, since Alfred hadn't answered my calls. Soon, he'd gone out, and he would have certainly taken the car, but there were no footprints leading to the garage, and the last snowfall was 15 hours ago. So he hadn't left the house. There was another reason he hadn't picked up the phone. He still got the knife. If I hadn't been wearing this hated disguise, I'd be bleeding now. He's as fast and powerful as ever, and he's still got the knife. Say by the padding again. He's dropped it, finally. I've won. He's outfoxed me again. And he's fast as a deer. And since he's probably been watching the house for a month, he knows the woods in the area far better than I do, and I never have called him in this ridiculous suit anyway. Ridiculous? I think rather fitting. Alfred, I've got to go back downtown. I may finally put an end to the ritual murders tonight. I broke Udall's arm, but he's still in the neighborhood, and he's still dangerous. So I want you to take the rolls. Check into a motel, someplace at least 50 miles away, and stay there. I would rather not, Master Bruce. I'm afraid I've got to insist. Bruce, that person overpowered me as I though I were an infant. He bound me, insult me, humiliate me, allow me to the dignity of not running, of spending Christmas Eve in my own home. Be careful, of course. You have discovered the identity of the Chimbalan Shaman, thanks in part to the information you supplied, yes. May I inquire as to who is? Carl Fitch, the banker. I should have seen it much earlier than I did when I jumped into the drug deal. At the half-built skyscraper, nobody interrupted us. There are always guards, construction sites. Somebody must have called them away that night. Somebody who didn't want to be observed. Since it was a Fisk project, he was the logical candidate. Then there was the money. The dealer was carrying nice, new bundles of large bills, the kind of bundles bankers use. I knew that 2 years ago, when all this began, Fisk was near bankruptcy, yet they recently offered to buy a big chunk of Wayne real estate. How had his fortunes improved so dramatically? Alfred learned that he had not acquired any legitimate source of financing, and that he'd visited Santa Prisca, where the drug trade organized. Conclusion: Fisk had taken control of the Santa Prisca narcotics operation and was using his bank to launder the profits, but needed a way to control his dealers and runners. So he adopted the guise of what those dealers and runners fear most: a Chubalan Shaman, and brought the hideous ritual of human sacrifice to Gotham City. Where do you find him? In the street. An ordinary citizen. Good. Excellent. It is proper that tonight, when the non-believers celebrate innocence, we offer such a man to the gods. You have done well. Assemble the brotherhood. At midnight, the gifts given. The tracer I put in fixed ropes is broadcasting. He's moving. And the signal is coming from this direction, the river area. Figures. There's a lot of urban redevelopment happening here, and that means there are a lot of empty buildings which a banker like Fisk will know about, like that one. I somehow think those men entering it aren't sans elves. So the story that began with poor teen suicide is finally about to end. I wish there were some way I could check to see if this transmitter is working and that the charges I put in fixed clothing are still intact. If they aren't, the ending may be an unhappy one for me. It will be easy to call in Gordon at the SWAT team, but most of Fisk's men will be back on the streets in a few days, and Fisk himself can afford good lawyers. If my stunt works, Fisk's own weapons, fear, superstition, will destroy him. It is time. Time to trade an eternity of torment for the peace of oblivion. Time for Chubala. Okay, now the transmitter. Oh, Chubala is a fool. Chubala is a god of all women and small children. Wait a minute, I want to check this out. The other gods laugh at this Chubala. The other gods call his priests weakling. Ah, get him. You are the servant of a powerful god. Then, priest of Chubala, strike me yourself. Ah, I dare you, priest of Chubala. Strike me, or be known for the pathetic, cowardly thing you are. It is the one we have heard about. Yes, the Batman. You think this one strong? Then see him kneel, cringe. You think him invincible then? See his blood, the best he cut through, the Kevlar vest. Pow, pow, pow. Oh, please, please don't hurt me. Hear him plead, hear him whine, hear him grovel. This is what you have chosen to serve. Go and know that I am watching you, every one of you, forever. Find a cop. Tell him I'll deliver the serial killer to Gordon in a few hours. What are you? A marked man. Get out of here. You will record a confession. You won't stand up in court, but it will give the cops enough information to make a case that will. Then you tell me where you have hidden your merchandise. Everywhere it's hidden. I had to do it. You see, had to. I would have lost everything I worked for. It wasn't fair to lose it all. I had to have the money, you see, or I would have been poor. I take no joy in what I have done to you. Don't change my mind. So what the hell? Think. Merry Christmas, Cap Gordon. I don't think. I just call him. Hit all the places you said, Captain. And sure enough, found drugs in every one of them. Very good, Sergeant. Now, one more item. In the morning, get a warrant and go to Carl Fisk's bank. I forget what it's called. You'll find 30 kilos of cocaine in his personal safe deposit box. How do you know all this? I could say a little bird told me. But it was more like a large flying mammal. Fisk is finished, and if we're lucky, so it's got some drug problem. At least for now. The acid you put on his bulletproof vest weakened it sufficiently, I assume. Enough for the sword to penetrate, but it still protected him from the explosives. And that is his weapon? Yes. When he got desperate, he fired at me. But this doesn't make sense. I put blanks in it. Now it's full of live rounds. He must have reloaded. His aim was faulty. That has to be the answer. Has to be. You do not sound convinced. The only other explanation is I was wearing a mask. And that's no explanation at all. One task remains. I've got to find Goodley. It isn't difficult. There has been no fresh snowfall, and the Renegades front splits are planned. Some of them are tinged with a faint, reddish brown stain. He's bleeding. They lead from the grounds of the state into the surrounding woods. After an hour, he stops and, for a moment, listens to the crackle of frost and the hiss of wind. Then he calls, "Goodley, Tom Goodley, coal is your enemy, Tom. If you stay out here, coal will kill you. You are injured, exhausted, starving. I won't hurt you. I won't give you to the white man's law either. I will take you to the where you will be treated and finished properly. I'll take you home. On the mountain, city boy, I couldn't kill you. All Willie die is enough, but not you. Should have seen you for what you are. Should have seen the bad in you then. Should have seen the Shaman. Saved me a lot of grief. This is yours. I never should have worked it. I will get you help. Past help. The fight last night, you throw me. I follow my knife. Call it my enemy, Batman. Calls my friend. I live with a call a long time. Is there anything I can do for you? You tell me a story. I don't know any stories, Tom. At least none that are prepaid. And even if I did, I don't think you really want to hurt them. Once, maybe. Before you befriended the cult, but not now. Instead, I'll just say some simple words I learned as a child. Rest in peace. Want to take the controls for a while, Mr. Wayne? Sure. You look like you know what you're doing. I got my ticket when I was 18, qualified on jets a year later. I gotta tell you, having that dead body pack in the cargo compartment is a little spooky. He's a redskin, right? A man named Woodley. That's all the other stuff I saw loading. Some artifacts, they were alone. Speaking of redskin, you hear the one about the Indian chief who walks into a bar with a six-shooter, a cat, and a bucket of manure? He goes up to the bar. Yeah, well, it isn't real funny anyway. I have been searching everywhere for you. You and your grandfather. You are too late. We buried him on Other Riddle last week, for what it's worth. He died sober. I'm sorry. Don't be. His time had come. I lied to the press. I said the story Spurlock told. The bad story. I said it was a lie, something Spurlock made up. I suppose I should be grateful, but you missed the point, Mr. Wayne. The act of telling it to a stranger was the problem. Once that was done, it was done. Nothing could change it. May I walk with you? I don't mind. There is a question, I don't have the words. Look, you don't know me, not very well, but I want to. Get better acquainted. Keep company? Yes. Poor, poor Mr. Wayne. You are struggling, aren't you? Telling yourself you are the rich man from Gotham who might get married, have a family. That's not what you are. You are saying, no? You don't really have to ask. In a moment, I will leave you and I will never see you again. But first, listen to me. Something marked you, wounded you. When you were a child, you have a choice. Either let go or use it. Stop fighting, surrender, and let its power transform you. I guess that means wearing a mask. Much more, it means becoming the mask. But the choice was made years ago. You know that? Now I do. I want to give you this, the mask. Keep it. After Bud blew the sickness away from Raven, he collected and took it to the nest of Vulture. The end.